It is a fact that two of our members of the opposition, Ba Kim Fa, Marbanyang, and Ba Meralbons In, are members of the regional committee. But unfortunately, they have been stopped from sharing information with party men, and this is going to be a big a big stumbling block in our understanding of the mind of the government of Meghalaya on the matter of the interstate border dispute. Now, as much as I would like to divulge some of the information that I am privy to, I feel that we must honor the requests made by our members, because we have had over 2 or 3 rounds of discussions with our members to try and gauge accurately what is the gist of the likely decision that will be taken. Uh, I will just share just the informal discussions that we've had in house by the Congress Legislature Party on this matter. And we firstly would like to place on record again the fact that the border dispute is now being formally taken up by both the government of Meghalaya in coordination with the government of Assam. This is definitely a big milestone, hopefully in the right direction. However, as an ordinary citizen of the state of Meghalaya, I feel it is pertinent for the government of Meghalaya to share all adequate information with the public, placing these reports, which are valuable documents, on the public domain. It would be in the interest of the public if the government of Meghalaya does that, because within doors these discussions were held, wherein no one other than members of these committees were permitted entry for participation. We, the public, have very little information about what will these dialogues result in. It is a fact that there is a historical perspective of the entire argument on demarcation of boundary. But the way the government will be able to handle it is what is going to be of major interest to the public. And as I speak as a layman who is a citizen of the state of Meghalaya, I feel that it would be correct for this government to share information so that there will be no further distrust on this very important and crucial matter. We have also seen some media reports of the circulation of information by the Assam government through their own members. Now, this secrecy that was sworn to by members of these committees has in actuality been deceived, because you've seen now that in major news channels in the government of Assam and in the Assam state, this dialogue is being discussed. So I feel that we should not uh, be afraid of the fallout of a prelude of a discussion in the state of Meghalaya, because it would be in the interest of the people of the state of Meghalaya in general. Uh, we know that Assam and Meghalaya have had several dialogues in previous years. And in these dialogues on border dispute, there have been signed agreements that developmental projects from both states should go on amicably. But we've seen in the recent past that the Assam government has disallowed the JJM scheme, the big water scheme, to be also shared by both the states. We've seen that the Subagyan scheme has also been stopped. So, in my opinion, if you are going to be evaluating the merit of the placement of any disputed area in any boundary of either of these two states, I think the development aspect, or what they call one of the parameters of evaluation, should not be uh, given too much importance and should not overlook the other more historical factors and the actual willingness of these individuals to be part of any scheme, of any state. Another very interesting parameter is the holding of epics of those residents, because we have interacted with many of those living in the disputed areas along the two borders of Assam and Meghalaya, and there has been an indication that the epic has been a big indicator of whether or not an individual should belong to either of these two states. And if I have my sources right, I think that predominantly in the West Khasi Hills region, for example, uh, 95, 98, in many areas, 100% epic holders were actually holding epics of the state of Meghalaya. So now, if that has been one of the parameters, then I think that should also be a clear indicator. Whenever there has been this overlapping of dual epics